Alright, it is me, the Doc, and here we are back with Slay the Princess, the third episode. And last time, we ended up here. I'm pretty sure the princess completely obliterated us, and then we turned back to normal. I really think you should go watch it, I'm not gonna lie. There's some really riveting stuff. But now that led us to here. And now it looks like the princess has gone into depression. No clue why, but I guess we'll have to find out here.
So you are. And yet I still feel so alone.
Yet I'm still here. All I did was stop the violence. You can stop it too. Just leave with me.
After everything I've done to you, you'd really take me with you?
What if I give her my hand? We're already...
Are you serious?
You're just going to offer
You're
your
just
hand.
offering her your hand.
What if I do?
You cross the room towards the princess, extending your hand to her.
This is already getting interesting, eh?
Her eyes, deep wells of buried sorrow, meet yours for a moment. You despicable fiend.
How is the narrator gonna call me a
Then she
fiend?
takes your hand in hers.
That seems kind of
You're going
interesting.
to end the world, don't you get it? I can't let that happen. I can't let you leave. I have to... You have to what?
Stop us.
Stop us.
The voice of the cold
Leave me,
coming back
no
into the
other
narrator.
choice.
Now, so what's the narrator going to do,
You
though?
are nothing but a witness.
The real question is, how much power... Oh.
Fine.
So
You
the
and the princess
narrator...
climbed the stairs out of the basement together. In silence.
So what...
No
I wonder, what kind of power
No
does the
flowery
narrator have?
text describing what kind of silence we share. You've really given up, haven't you?
Well, it looks like I am
I'm
leaving.
tired.
So,
What a
oh.
shame. But you should really keep going. You have a job to do, don't
This
you?
is more of just me watching this more than
Then
me.
you
I don't even know what
cross
to
the
say.
upstairs of the cabin to the door, which you open.
The real question is, what's gonna happen? 'Cause the narrator seems to have
And then
completely
you step
given up.
outside and into the ruins of the world you left.
When there went
Behind.
the narrator. So he's
So
going
he's
too.
gone too.
It's just...
It's just you.
So okay, so I've taken this into account. The voice of the stubborn is gone.
This the world? It's so cold.
The voice of the oh, that's not good. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Oh wait, I'm back here. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. Nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory
So
returns.
that's a wrap.
A new leaf in a
I
weathered
didn't
book.
think we'd ever get
Not a new
here.
beginning with a scorned adversary.
There's only one thing left to do.
Approach the mirror. The voice falls silent as you approach. Gaze into my reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again, and the mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You know, the real question I have was, what am I? Oh, I don't have my cursor on. I got another achievement, the bloat. You've grown. Oh, capture cursor. There we go. My cursor's here! You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. So, oh, it knows you are at the cabin. So it knows I'm here. Approach, because once again. So I'm here
Flickering
again.
lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement.
I'm more than I was before.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Have I lost again? I can explore more. Oh, there's a lot to ask her this time. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
So basically, it's the same person. It's a different person. It's a different princess within the princess, but it's still the same princess. At least that's what I'm getting at. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single
I'm
straight
sorry.
answer?
Words
are
are
difficult.
Difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
So I'm from the taking this
vessels
that
you
she's
choose
not
to bring
whole.
me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
The real question is though, what is the representation I'm looking at here? Obviously she's grown. She's not just a bunch of princesses anymore. She's a single princess, absorbed into the other princesses. What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
Interesting.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path
So
forward.
she needs to be a meld of every single consciousness of the princess to fully become the princess. At least that's what I'm picking apart. When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
I guess, yeah,
But
when
in
they
this
meld
moment,
together.
All I want is to know myself and to know you.
Whenever they meld together, I guess parts of the princesses from before meld into her personality. So she may never be the same with every princess she takes in. You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? Is that always an option? What if I click that? Don't mind me.
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps
I just
at the
wanted
end
to
of this,
save just
I
in
will be
case.
the one to kill you.
I don't want to
Or perhaps we will leave this
choose
place together
perhaps
and
the
find
wrong
new
option.
horizons to discover.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. What can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now.
Inaccessible.
The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay, so that's actually an interesting thing to think about. So once I go down a path, what I'm getting from this is I can't go back down that path. That option becomes locked. At least that's what I think. So everything I do, once I go down a certain path, I can never go down that path again. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've ever met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
There's something that gifts are rather
My
something
joy
that
isn't seeing what you choose.
yeah,
There
that's something
are
that
no
you gave
wrong
you something.
answers.
Got him.
And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Yeah, what I view as gifts is a gift will always tell you about someone. Is the gift they give you. Do you ever have thoughts on this? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart.
She does indeed have a
not
heart
mourn
sticking out of
her.
her chest.
She has finally found peace.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more. and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
I guess experiences do make for a person.
Sensation.
Even if it's a bad experience, that still makes the person grow, whether it's for the good or for bad.
I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
Interesting.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Attack the entity, destroy your body. I think I'm ready to go back. I'm not gonna destroy the entity.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
I think I'm gonna go down the entity path and see what happens. If I keep going down here, and then I die. Chapter 1. A weathered heart, bring the fury to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
And now we're back.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Skip. Viva la revolution!
That's the spirit.
Let's continue onwards.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
I know about this. Wait, let me see something. Is there a... Oh, where's the controls? Is there a skip button? Auto advancing dialogue. Advances dialogue without selecting choices. Advanced dialogue with activity. Opens accessibility. Navigate. Skips dialogue when... Okay, so... Tab. Proceed into the cabin. What if I were... So every time I've gone down the first time, I've taken the blade. What if I just enter? The door... Narrator? Did I skip the narrator by accident? I'll read this then. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an impressive place. The air feels heavy and damp. A hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Thanks, narrator.
Hello? Is someone there?
I am here.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Well, I guess I'm going against the narrator for this one too.
Don't let it fool you.
For this one,
all part of the manipulation.
I want to go fully 100% pacifist and see where it gets me. Because then after that, I'm going to go completely ludicrous and off the edge. I'm going to become Mr. Stab. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really?
You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
So yeah, now I'm on a completely different path.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen.
So this is
forever.
a different face of the princess we haven't actually seen before.
Something to deal with these chains.
I have not. By brute strength and these muscles,
we're all one step closer to the
we'll
end.
break the chains and release the princess. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Oh, she looks so sweet. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness.
So she doesn't have a name.
Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is princess her name or her title?
What if it's
What
both?
if it's
That's a good
Can you
question.
imagine being named Princess?
Princess. So is Princess your name? She doesn't have a name, I was right.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
You would be right about that. Oh, I guess
Okay,
maybe
that's weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before
So I
it's too
can
late.
go back upstairs. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you've locked down here for a reason. Keep her locked away. I'm going to keep you locked down here. At least for a little bit. We can get to know each other while I decide what to do. Oh my god, there's so many paths. I don't know anything about you.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
So what's the reason? What is the reason?
Don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being
I don't remember a
some sort
key.
of an explanation.
I don't remember a key,
Right?
now do I? Where's
You
the
have all the
key?
explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
No, but no, narrator, but this is getting juicy, narrator. This is getting interesting. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, but how are you alive?
This is
How
the only time this
exactly?
is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
It actually is
Okay,
relevant,
but
though, isn't
actually,
it?
what has she been eating?
She has to
She
eat,
has to
right?
eat, right?
I was sent here to slay you. Apparently supposed to end the world. But I don't actually think you're dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world.
I
think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
So long, you
How long has
said.
she been locked away?
That is a good question.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
They didn't. That's a good question. They didn't. Deflect. No, but I'm sure they have the reasons for keeping that information. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. Should I go completely into the delusion? Perhaps delusion. Maybe delusion. I don't know. No. Should I go into it? No, which is why I don't think you're actually
Sooner or
dangerous.
later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Don't worry, narrator. Once I die again, we're going to have
Thank
balls
you
to the
for
wall.
believing me. Now,
Murderous
can you help me get out of
intent.
here?
I still have a few more questions. Actually, yeah, I still have a few more
There's
questions.
going to be plenty of time to chat after I'm free, but okay. What do you want to know?
I won't kill you. No. I'm going to keep you locked away. I'm sorry, go back upstairs, Chief. I can't believe they're keeping you down here like this. I'm going to get you out of here. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me... Yeah, I'm getting you out of here.
Only making this more difficult.
Man, shut up, narrator. I'm gonna do what I
Thank you.
wanna do.
Thank you.
There's a damsel in distress,
You're
and I
making
gotta
a
help her.
huge mistake.
A huge mistake, you
No,
say? I guess I'll just
You're
come
doing the right
back.
thing.
Yeah, the voice of the hero. He knows what's up.
Walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall.
As
Give
long
them
as
a
she
tug.
doesn't strangle me here, I should be fine.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
What key? I don't have a key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Yeah, let's go look upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the
Well, I
cabin.
mean, they could have. You never know, really. They might have left it. If the key is up there, I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Perhaps there is. Perhaps there might be a way.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
No, I don't know about that one. That's a
She
bit
offers the
interesting.
suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Yeah, I do agree with that narrator.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Man, this is an interesting path.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Am I dead? Am I already dead?
Is someone else here?
That's a good question. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Interesting.
Your
Hey,
shouts
let me
and
out of
pleas
here,
are
boy!
met with silence.
Why'd you lock the door on
You're
me?
here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Intriguing. Well, I guess I gotta go back down.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade.
Yeah, but the
like you were
blade.
supposed to.
The blade looks like
Easier for who?
it's menacing.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Yeah, I do see a mess. I can't
heard
free
the
the
door slam.
princess.
They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, but the problem is I don't have chains on me.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Indeed, there is.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Indeed, we could.
She barely
Oh!
hesitates before raising
My
her arm to her mouth, her teeth
God.
tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Whoa, this took a turn.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
This took a turn.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
No, I think I'm gonna free her. Save the princess. I guess that's the only option, so.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Interesting.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is
Oh.
sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone.
I don't
of
like
her
how
arm.
her eyes are widening at this looking of that bone cracking
Her limb
flesh.
falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She's not gonna
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole
devour
ordeal.
me, is she?
No,
She didn't.
she didn't.
Narrator's right.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How was she still smiling after everything? It's
Her
like she
eyes
isn't even
have
bothered by
widened.
what just happened.
She has the look of a grin.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Indeed. Let us get out. Approach the locked
No.
door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too
Maybe
high.
the narrator
You can't
locked me
just let
down
her
here.
escape into the world. No,
I can't.
can't just let her escape into the
So
world.
it is the narrator.
As the princess approaches the
Oh.
bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Narrator betrayed me,
Wait,
did he?
this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
The narrator.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Why is the narrator? Oh, that's... Warn her. Let me save real quick. Don't mind me. Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body
Oh.
lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink
Sink it.
into her heart. But the princess dodges,
Stumbling
stumbling back
back.
against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Interesting.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I'll come back, narrator. Don't mind. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
Not narrator. You're trying
As
to
your
live
body
looking a
remains
bit
frozen in stubborn
suspicious.
resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously
Oh.
reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What
Nah,
are
the
you
narrator's
doing?
trying to. That's interesting. I
I'm
can't.
sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Wait, she's gonna kill me?
She plunges it into your chest,
Amazing.
tearing through flesh and sinew.
Amazing.
It is agony.
Well, the voice of
You are
agony is gonna come up next. I can already taste it.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Now, why'd she kill me?
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Now, why is she doing it then? If
She
she's
doesn't
so
know how to use a
sorry.
knife, does she?
No, she doesn't.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it?
A stab wound's a stab wound. Yeah, that's what I'd say about
Won't be
right.
long before you bleed out.
So it looks like I'm gonna die, and it looks like I'll have to either die,
I'm so sorry.
I'll either be shattered, or I'll go on to chapter
With
2.
one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Perhaps it
That's
will.
rich coming from you. As much
She
as I
is
prefer
crying,
for things
though,
to
which
have
is
gone
interesting.
differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice.
It's
over.
over.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel. So, are we gonna have the voice of agony?
You're on a path in the woods,
Yes,
and
indeed.
at the end of that path is a
I
cabin.
can't skip, so this is obviously
And in the
new.
basement of that cabin
There's a princess.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So which princess are we gonna meet this time? Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
Yeah, but if I
If he
still...
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Indeed.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last
Voice of
time,
the
did he?
smitten.
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
He can hear all that. I hope they know.
Beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, narrator can hear everything.
Ah, so all of the
Cards
cards
are
are
on
on
the
the table.
table.
Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination
four of
attempts
us?
you've got in the works.
Where's the...
We'll see about that.
I'm 1.
Whatever
Voice
you
in
do,
here
just be
2.
sure to ignore
3.
him
Who's the... Oh, the
specifically.
princess
Sounds
is the
like he's
fourth
the sort who'd
person, I
sacrifice
guess.
the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Indeed.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm trying to do the... Why should I listen to? Why should I bother? Nah, I'm just gonna I kind of want them... turn around and leave. Nah, I'm gonna...
Those are two very different questions, but fine.
Yeah,
Let's
I've
say
seen
for
this.
a moment, if you're...
You were the one who did us in,
Villain.
Well,
Oh,
not
so it is
you
different.
in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
And his voice to the
How can
smitten
I?
guy is really
I'm
wanting to
just
get with
going
the
to
princess,
take a deep
isn't he?
breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
Interesting. So it is different every
Anyway,
time,
I believe
depending
your
on what voice I
second
get.
question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, I guarantee you they did have consequences, as we're about to see what kind of
What do you mean?
princess
Of course
is going to
there
be in
weren't
there.
any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
I don't know. We just have to wait and see what kind of princess is
Yes, but
sitting
in
at the
this
bottom of
purely
that
hypothetical
chamber.
scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time
I've
say
already
it's the
seen all
latter?
this.
Do you think the people...
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Dastardly scheme.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Now, what's curious too is, I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from the cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her
What's
feet
interesting is the first
last
ending I did
thing
only went to
anyone
chapter 2, and then I guess
These
that is
really
where I
the
met
sort of people you'd like to align yourself
the
with.
amalgamation of princess, the very first
You're out of the
princess.
cabin yet? You still
I
have
wonder if
plenty
that
of time to
impacts
reflect
every other
on the
ending I do.
situation.
I don't know
just
if it
hope for
does, but I
all our
wonder if
sakes
that me
you
getting
make
that
the
ending
right
as the
call.
first, the mirror ending first, impacts every single ending I do after this. Whatever,
Just
I'll
be
keep.
quick about it.
I've already talked about all
Right.
this. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Interesting. It isn't verse
She will
warning.
lie.
Oh, never
She
mind.
will cheat.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Interesting.
I think we've
Sven?
already been over this.
Yeah, we have. We've been
Pretty
over
sure
it
he
multiple
just likes
times.
the sound of his own voice.
The narrator or Smitten?
I do.
Yep,
but I
smitten.
also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them.
Oh my gosh, it's already been half an hour? Oh my god. I feel like I've done
Pay their
nothing.
bickering any mind. Focus on the task.
I actually feel like
ahead.
I've done nothing. Proceed to enter the cab. I can't believe it's already been half an hour. That's baffling. I don't know where the time went.
The interior of the cabin is
different.
clean and elegant, its stone walls
And there's
draped
the
in
mirror.
fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I'm not gonna take the
The
blade
blade
again.
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not gonna take the blade. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about?
There's a mirror. It's already wiped the mirror clean.
You
It's
reach
gone.
forward and rub your... But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone.
What a
Pity.
pity.
We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
So I'm like a chicken, am I? I'm a chicken. I don't need the blood. This is a different cabin.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time.
I don't think you were there last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally
do
drop
I
that
wonder,
ridiculous
the voice of the
past life
hero.
nonsense. You
Where
haven't
does the
died,
voice
and
of
you
the smitten
certainly
come
haven't
from?
been killed by the princess.
How is he manifested? I know he's
So
manifested
focus up.
off of my
Stop
ideals,
letting
what I've
yourself
done.
Get distracted.
What if I... Let me go into the basement. I'm not taking the blade again.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell.
This is nicer than last
Gold-trimmed
time.
carpet glimmers in the light of the
Gold-trimmed
torches
carpet.
positioned along the walls. The
I
basement
wonder if she's
almost
gonna be
seems
sitting in like a throne.
welcoming in the dim
The
firelight.
queen.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
It's not even that bad, to be honest. The
A
gold-trimmed
soft
carpet.
voice carries up the stairs.
Interesting.
Hello? Is someone there?
That's different than last time.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Voice of the Bit's getting really ahead of
But you're
itself.
taking this a little too far.
Yeah.
We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
I'm sure they are, narrator, but...
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
I see the chain around her wrist, but I don't see the
love,
chain
we're here
connecting
to
to it.
rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
Yeah, I was about to be. Can she hear the...
She may not be able
voice
to
of
hear
the
my
smitten?
words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
My spirit.
Well, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Indeed, I am here.
Did you hear
and
that?
I am here to
She
save you,
said
princess.
We're dashing.
Look at that,
She called us a
we are
hero.
dashing.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
You've been here before.
here
Indeed,
before.
I have, narrator.
That's
I've been
right,
here.
villain, and you killed us.
Maybe the narrator is the bad person
Well,
in this story. She killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her.
Now, what I'm
It was
wondering is, am I just
self-defense.
looking at her the whole
Our
time while these
hands remain
voices in my head
unstained by cruelty.
are just arguing?
And
She's
you've
just,
done
I'm
it
just standing
before.
here saying nothing.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion.
Well, we don't know that.
I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
You know, that
Now,
probably
hold
leads down a
on. If
different
she
path.
actually ended
It's probably like a
world,
big tree.
Sure we
At
want
one
to do
branch, I go there,
sure
I got
we
go
want
this
to
branch, and this branch
rest
connects off of multiple branches, multiple branches, multiple branches, all kinds of branches. You killed me last time and hurt a lot. Why did you do
I'm
that?
sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No.
Did?
I did not click escape.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body.
How did that
practically
pause? Oh, right click. Not practically telling it to kill us. She is our beloved as she made the choice to free us from our misery. To show us mercy and make the best decision
She
for
made
everyone.
the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
That kind of seems cruel.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
That's an interesting
What?
theory, Smitten.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the
Perhaps we
chains.
can. I've seen Plankton do it on
Why are
SpongeBob,
you two
so
arguing over the logistics of slipping
I'm
her hand out of her shackles?
sure we can
She
get her
just
out of
said
here.
She'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time.
Why should
Why
we
should she
care
care
this time? A
That's
stoic,
our
smiling angel.
Smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Well, I can't slay her with my bare hands, can I? That's already passed, so... What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Time jump, huh? But before we started talking, did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Interesting.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy.
Interesting.
My heart
Oh
melts
my gosh.
further with
It's
every
only been 10
word
it's
that
only
passes
been 10
through her
minutes since we
beautiful
first got into the second chapter.
Are you listening to her?
Man, what
That's a
time go, man?
confession.
I have no clue where the time is gone, but like last video, we got through like 3 chapters. No, I don't want the world to. No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
Look at that. She didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Interesting.
Not so sure.
I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
It was it? I'm sure it was.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She's awfully supportive now, isn't she?
She took that in stride.
Yeah, I was gonna
To
say.
a surprising extent.
Almost like
An almost
settling
unsettling
extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Maybe she does have a narrator.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Intriguing. Well, let's rescue
No.
the princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
No, the
What?
narrator.
Take over our body and force us to try and kill her.
The narrator's coming back for revenge.
I would if you had a weapon.
I don't. Good thing I don't.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you
Interesting.
try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Interesting.
You wouldn't.
I would.
Voice of the Smitten's
I'd
getting
listen to
interesting
him if I
here.
were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that. Just
You
that
approach
easy.
the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
Look at that. It's literally just that easy.
Shouldn't have worked.
That shouldn't
I'll be
have
damned.
worked. We're
We're
doomed.
doomed. I can't
Well,
believe it.
Think of it this way.
I guess I have
She
to.
wasn't. She could have taken that off at
I
any time to
told
end the
you.
world.
There's no life
So-
more worth living than that.
Yeah,
of
think
a
about it like
true
that.
believer.
Think about it like that.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Yeah, look at that.
Ugh.
The narrator. What is the narrator
A
talking?
weapon, one slip of the wrist, and your pristine blade would be buried in her back.
Yeah, but
and
why would I wanna do
everyone out
that,
there would
though?
Be saved.
Why would I want to do that? Look at the joyous smile on
Luckily
her
for
face.
Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Yeah, luckily.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
I'm just waiting for it to turn
What do we
drastic.
do now?
That's a good question. We leave. What do you want to
Let
do?
me guess.
End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never
felt love in his heart. The narrator's kind of cold.
Don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
I wonder, can we convince the narrator?
Gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
The only person telling me the truth is the narrator.
I think I want to leave,
And I think.
and I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
I hope she doesn't open them with like
And then
cynical eyes.
She shrugs.
Oh, she shrugs, does she?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Look at that. No, I don't want to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. Yeah, why not? Save. I'm gonna save. Seems like a good save spot. Oh, well, okay. I just want to leave. We can figure out the
That
rest later.
sounds perfect.
Indeed, it does.
The princess
Look at
takes your
that.
hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with
And the
hers.
music picks up.
We have
And we're
each
leaving
other.
with the
We
princess
don't
in our
need
hands.
the world for our happy ending.
Indeed, we
I
can
like to
live
think
out.
You do, actually.
Who needs a world when you have a cabin?
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made, and this is happening.
You don't have
You
to
don't have
mope
to mope
about
about
it.
it.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the smile on her face.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Well, that's a shame now, isn't it?
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand.
Now, I do want to say this looks a bit
Look at the way she's
too
smiling
good.
at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
I'm guessing she'll disappear into a mirror.
Let's see.
Oh.
Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Narrator, how could you have done this?
That's a familiar move.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
I hope she just opens the door. That'd be like amazing. That'd be perfect.
Oh, no. Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
I hope she just please just open the door.
She's right. It
This isn't fair.
But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
So now what? What happens
Are you
now,
listening to this?
narrator?
You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I don't know. I think he's onto something.
I'm
Narrator.
just along for the ride at this point.
Next, yeah, at this point, yeah, voice of the hero. Do you? Oh, yeah, I think we can open it if we try together. Of course. Of course, we try
Okay.
together.
Yeah, let's do it.
We want equal. I'm an
Like
equal
a pair of
opportunist.
teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
Come on, narrator.
And
And look at that.
And the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Come on, now, narrator. That didn't happen last time.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Narrator's kind of losing his grip now, isn't he?
You and the
Oh,
princess
the
make your
blade.
way upstairs and
The blade is
that's
saying that.
right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before
I think we
it's
should
too
just
late.
leave immediately. That blade is too tempting for the narrator. Well, take the blade and slay the princess. You're not doing that. Hell
Enjoying
no!
this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me
Hell no,
suffer.
I'm not taking that blade.
I hate you.
Well, you can hate me,
If her
narrator,
walking
but
out
oh
that door
well.
is really gonna end the
Don't
world.
worry, narrator. Next time you go
We'll
through
just
this, you'll love
stay
me.
here? Seems like an easy win for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not how this works.
Is it? Dude, what do you know,
Yes, what
narrator?
he
You
said. That's
you
not
were
how
just
this works.
experiencing one reality.
Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
Okay, stop with these interruptions. I already made up my mind with leaving. What if we just stayed here? It's another save. All we need to do is happy and is each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together? Stop with these interruptions. I'm This will probably end up ending this run, and this will probably end up with chapter 3. Or I could ignore. I want to go with this option and leave.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't
Because
you?
the knife is in there
Across the
still.
room, opening the door to the cabin.
And I don't want to risk it. I'll risk it when I come
And
back.
then
Look
you
at that.
step outside.
The love will set you free, romantic
Our
haze.
happy ending at last.
Indeed it is.
We did it. What should we do now?
Now that's not good.
Where did everything go?
Yep, here it is.
Where did he go?
Now it's
Was he
just...
gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Yeah, now it's
I'm
taken over.
cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Is she gonna
Cool.
disappear?
Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Yep, there it is. Into the amalgamation she goes. And there's the mirror. You don't get a chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. Time for you to leave,
She's
never
gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I can skip this.
And is that
Interesting. A mirror. Why is it here? Why
Why is it
now?
here? Why now?
I haven't experienced this before. Of course you're scared. This is not the end. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. I've been here before.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Interesting.
Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Well, we'll go in. You approach the mirror. What have I become this time? They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay. You've withered. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. There she is. Approach her. We're back here.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Indeed
All
it
of
is.
me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Oh, it's a lot. I think I've said a lot of this. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't
And
exist.
yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
And maybe there isn't,
I
but
am
still.
everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of
None
it.
of it, you say. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Still planning to kill you once we're done with this. I don't want to say that. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Interesting.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Maybe. How have you figured out what you want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels do I need? I guarantee
We will
you.
know when we near our destination.
Well, time to go back, I guess. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And I die. A gentle heart. Bring the damsel to her. Chapter 1.
You're on a path
Yes, I am
in
on a
the
path.
woods. You're here to...
Well, we've done yet another path and brought her another princess. And I think with that, I'm going to wrap up this episode here. I don't know how it's already been 52 minutes. I have really no clue on how or why it has. But time flies by when you're having fun, I guess. So if you guys liked this episode, it wasn't really me talking much, but I was kind of enjoying the story. But I hope you liked it. If you did, scroll down a bit and hit that like button. Why not, right? It's a YouTube feature, you might as well use it. You might as well also subscribe while you're down there. It's just to the left a little bit. So you'll get know when the next episode I publish will be. Probably tomorrow, maybe the next day, who really knows, but I will post again soon. Also, leave a comment of what you thought. I want to know what you think about the story so far, and I'll read and respond to all of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.